We'll go ahead and get started. I don't know how many of you are seeing this for the first time, but we do have a video, a short video that I will give everybody here. Have you seen the video?
I've seen part of it.
You've seen part of it, and you have not seen the video.
Yeah.
So the reason why we use the video is because then everybody can do this. And for people that are seeing it for the first time, I always want them to have a video so when they leave, they can go home and show their spouse. How many of you don't have your significant other here with you? It's always good for them to see what you saw. I remember when Dave first came home and he was like, "Oh, I'm so excited." I was just like, "You what?" You know, I was not excited about it. So I always tell people, take the video home, show it, watch it again. And then when you want to share it with people, you have a video. So all you have to do, put it in your DVD player, push play, and you can show it. Now there's also a website, pmgallaccess.com, where it's live all the time. So if you don't have physical DVDs, you can just go online, show the video. And what that video does, it explains a thumbnail sketch of how you can make money, how you can get a free car, a little bit about the products. It kind of tells our story. And what I love about the video is not just us, but hundreds of other people are in that video. You see the crowds of people, you hear product stories, you hear, you know, single moms, baby boomers. There's a guy on there that, you know, lives in a town of like 6 people. It's not even incorporated. And he's made a lot of money. And so I like the video because some people tonight might not relate to me. You might listen to this and be like, that lady's crazy. But then you watch the video and you go, wow, I like that person a lot better. So I've always used a video. Been doing this for 21 years now. And if I didn't have the video, I'm not sure that I would be able to do it. Because if I show you guys this tonight and I leave, all of you guys would wait and go, when is she going to do that again? So my business would never grow. You have to have a website, a tool, something that does the work for you if you really want to make big residual income. So I'll draw it out, and you can share this. It's on Ustream, so you can share it with people so that they can see it. But the video is really going to break it down and kind of show the numbers. My husband's not here tonight, but I'll tell you, he is a lot better at this than I am when it comes to the money, because he's a lot smarter than I am. You know, some people are right-brained, some people are left-brained. I'm not sure I have a whole lot of brains, but I've made a lot of money just keeping this so simple. And when I talk to my friends, say, you know, I didn't know a lot about it, but if you watch this video, tell me what you get excited about. Just today I was on the phone with a friend, and she's watching right now, and she said, I'm coming this weekend to the training because I don't know what to do. I don't know anything what to do. And there is just so much. And I said, no, really, it's not. You show people this video, and you say to them, what excited you most about what you just saw? And if they say products, we'll get them product information. And if they say money, we'll get them money information. And if they say, I'm just excited to be in business with you, then you just sign them up. And she goes, I know, but I need to learn everything. I'm like, no, the more you learn, the harder you make this. So keep it really simple. Just push play on a video, and it'll definitely work for you. But tonight, I know that all of you guys are here in our home, and you're walking around, and you're looking at everything. And I want to tell you that I came from nothing. So don't come here and think that I'm somebody that's any different than all of you. I got a beauty school degree, if that's a degree. College wasn't even an option for me. My mom, my dad left my senior year on prom night, and she moved out of our home that I grew up in and moved into one of her rental properties, which was a single wide trailer house about as big as this, and I was the oldest of 5. And so imagine 5 people living within this room. They all slept in one bed, all their clothes were in the little tiny bedroom, they all shared one bathroom, and my mom worked at King of the Road Trailer Factory to put food on the table for those 4 kids, and I was trying to go to beauty school. Well, when Dave and I got together, his mom was a single mom as well. He went out to Colby Community College on a full-ride baseball scholarship, fell in love with bull riding, realized baseball wasn't probably what he was most passionate about, quit college, started riding bulls, had a near-death experience, and he was pretty good at it, but the odds are you're going to get hurt. And when we got together, Dave was metal all through his knee, a cast that was up to here. He had been laid up on his mom's couch for about 60 days since the 4th of July accident. And on August 15th, when we got together, Dave was unemployed, tons of medical bills, had quit college, and I was cutting hair. So imagine this. Here we just fell in love, took off, ran away together, and didn't have educations, didn't have a whole lot of money coming in. And when we came back to Kansas and decided to start a family, we were like, what are we going to do to make money? So Dave grew up, his dad was an engineer, and his mom worked at the hospital. She was administrator assistant at the Russell Regional Hospital. My parents owned businesses. So they were entrepreneurs. It was 2 totally different quadrants. You know, young people growing up, you either are taught go to school, go to school, go to school, or you're taught, what are you going to do to make millions of dollars? Or you're taught, you should start a franchise. You know, everybody grows up with these certain beliefs, right? So here Dave was trying to go to school at night. We had a little 3-month-old baby. We didn't even know Chance was on the way yet, but he was when Brooklyn was 3 months. And we're robbing from Peter to pay Paul. Now, I was 21. How old are you? 28. You look 21. How old are you?
20.
20. I'm not going to ask you how old you are. How old are you?
22.
22. So you guys are about the age that I was. How old are you?
22.
22. So at the age of 22, I had 2 babies, much like you. And believe it or not, Dave and I had started 5 businesses because I convinced him that it was better for us to be in business for ourselves than it was to just keep going to college. And the next thing I knew, we were running 5 businesses, making a lot of money. Cash flow was coming in, but the economy here in Russell just plummeted. Oil went to $7 a barrel. I don't know if you guys can imagine that right now. People are freaking that it's at 50 something. But in 1996, every house in Russell, Kansas every other house was up for sale. People were unemployed. It was so hard for people to make it. This town has 2,000 people in it. So you look at all the opportunities in the world, they're not all found right here in Russell, Kansas, right? So here I was, back against the wall. I had a lot of bills coming in. And my husband says, I'm going to go to this meeting with this guy that sold us furniture in our gift store. Well, I didn't tell you guys, we had a coffee bar, a gift store, a furniture company, a salon, and I was teaching 60 little girls how to dance. Now that was good money because they came for 30 minutes a week and I could get 20 of them in a room, right? I mean, I had learned how to leverage my time and make a lot of money. But the reality of it was when the economy went down, people couldn't pay for dance. People weren't getting hair services, at the salon. Dave was selling solid oak furniture. That's a luxury. That's not a necessity. And here we were, checks bouncing. I remember Chance, bless his little heart, he was colic. His formula was $7.25 a can in 1997. Now, that's a lot of money for formula. And I was thinking to myself, how do I get this kid to quit crying, right? We had no money, wrote a check for $7.25 at Bogart's, and the check bounced. Well, what would you do? I mean, I had to get formula, right? And I think that's when Dave said, I just bounced a check for baby formula. I'm behind on my car payments. We're working 7 in the morning till 8 or 9, 10 o'clock at night. This is like what everybody's doing. Do you guys notice that everyone around you gets up in the morning, works all day, works till dark, gets home, and then they sit there and complain about how they don't have enough money to pay all their bills? And even college kids. A lot of college kids are going to college to get an education and have all these student loans, and then they get out of school and they can't even find a job, right? Am I right? Now, I'm not saying college is bad. Callie can't wait to get to college. Her boyfriend has a scholarship. She's got a scholarship. Brooklyn and her boyfriend are in school. I am not saying don't go to college for anything. Definitely, if that's your dream, do it. But what I'm saying is there's not a lot of ways out there for the average person to make extra money. And when your back's against the wall and you don't have enough funds in your account and you need necessities, I know most of you don't have a lot of kids, but baby formula is a necessity, and your back's against the wall, I was really praying for something to come along. And Dave and I were renting. There's no way our credit would have allowed us to buy a house. We were renting. We had used cars with a lot of miles, and we didn't really know that there was any way that we could dream big. So Dave comes home one day, and he says, I joined this company, and we're going to get rich. And I said, you're an absolute idiot. I don't know what you joined. I don't know where you got the money, but I'm not doing anything. Home-based business, I was never even at home, right? I was constantly working. And so in 90 days, Dave Pitcock, and when you meet him, you'll know, there's nobody more quiet, laid back than this guy. Him and I are absolute opposites. And he said to me, I'm going to do this, and we're going to be rich. Now, I got to be honest with you. Everybody in our hometown said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Some of them still say that. My mom said, you've got to be crazy. You can't even pay your bills, and you joined a home-based business for what? I had been in about 5 or 6 other companies that never worked. So every week I have people come to me and say, oh, I tried Vima, I tried Mary Kay, I tried Arbonne. Like, they've tried all these things. But you know what? If I had thought about everything I had done that never worked, I never would have tried anything else. And so we joined, and in 90 days, Dave's checks were over $4,000 a month. Now, some people will say, oh, they just got lucky. This weekend in Kansas City, there will be a kid there. He's about your age. A year ago, on December 18th, I was on a 3-way call with him. I had to cancel a meeting because Dave's grandmother had passed away, and this kid was a dairy farmer expecting me to come and do his first meeting in Wisconsin. And I said, I can't come, we have an unexpected funeral, and he said, I'll do the meeting. He took that video. He didn't even have me doing this. He took the video, he pushed play on the video. And in March, his checks were $4,000 a week. Not a month, a week. So Dave and I joined a company, built our checks to $4,000 a month in 90 days. This kid joined, built his checks to $4,000 a week in 90 days. So the difference is you can work as little or as much as you want, but the bottom line is the more you work, the more money you're going to make. And if it's not for you, it's 100% okay. You should still get on the products that I'm going to talk about tonight, because the products alone will change your life. They will absolutely change your life. I can tell you, we went on to make a lot of money in that company. Dave and I, we were in the millionaire circle when we were 27 years old. We were the only 27-year-old kids that weren't at the bar. It was called the Rojo Room in Russell back then. We were the only ones that weren't out gossiping and hanging out with all the 23, 24-year-old girls on the weekends. We were building a future. And this is something that's so part-time that if you catch the vision of this and you say, this is something I want to do, you can work it 2 hours a week, you can work it 2 hours a day, or you can work it 8 hours a day. It's hard to work at 8 hours a day. I don't even work at 8 hours a day because most people are at work, right? What you do, you just work your normal job during the day, and then you take the video and you say, okay, I worked my job for my boss 8 hours today, now I'm going to go work 2 hours so I can build a future and have something that will last a lifetime. And for you, going to Africa, maybe you open up new territories. It's in about 50 other countries, and so the sky is the limit. Today we were talking about Australia. Hayden was talking about Australia, and he said, he's like, I got some friends, and they want to open this up in Australia. And really, you're going to have so many things going through your head by the end of this meeting that you're going to be thinking of people, write their name down. You're going to be thinking of other cities where you could get someone there to be the first ones in that area, just write their name down. Because what we did, we started with a goal to just simply get our money back. And when you get started, you get products for your money. So any business that you got involved in would take some money to get started, right? Any of you own your own business? What do you do?
Windshield.
Windshields. How much money did it take you to get started doing windshields? 100,000. Anybody in here have 100,000 to get started doing windshields? No. When I did my salon, it was about 24,000. I remember I had a $250 payment every month, so I had to do enough haircuts to pay that payment before I even made any money. And then I also had to pay all my utilities before I could keep any money for me. And I also had to pay daycare and all the supplies. And my overhead for that little business was several $1,000s a month before I ever said, this is mine for baby formula, right? I make $10,000 a month in the salon. But I'll tell you what, I was cutting hair like a crazy woman. I went in at 7 in the morning and I got out at 8 or 9 at night. And when the kids got out of daycare, I had one hanging on my leg, all playing in the hair. I had the other one in one of those little rocker deals, and I'd be like this, rocking the baby to keep him quiet so I could keep on making money, because time was money, right? If you had an extra $2,000 to $5,000 a month, let's pretend last night, Dave got a bunch of lottery tickets for his birthday, and he was sitting here scratching tickets all night long, and out of all the tickets, he won $10. And they were laughing, saying, how much did you win, Dad? And he's like, all these tickets, I got one, and I won $10. Well, what if you were sitting there and you were scratching it, and it said $250,000? And you couldn't have it all at once, but you could have $2,500 a month for 100 months. What would you guys do? $2,500 a month, extra on top of what you already have coming in. What would you do with the money?
Hunting trip.
Hunting trip, of course.
Okay.
So, these are our dreams with $2,500 a month.
New Audi.
New Audi.
They still make those.
What would you do?
Yeah, okay.
Debt. I bet you're the only person in here that has any debt. What'd you do?
Probably save it.
Save it. That's the mode I'm in. My kids are like, why are you doing that? I don't know why. Like, all of a sudden, I'm like, I want to save. Never done that before much. But what would you do, Barb?
I'm gonna go on a shopping spree.
Shopping spree.
Buy stuff for that little guy.
Grandkids.
Take grandma out west.
Take grandma on a trip. So everybody's having fun now because they're thinking of what they would do. What would you do?
New motorcycle.
New motorcycle. What kind?
Oh, one that runs.
What would you do, Gabby?
Buy stuff for my sister.
Buy stuff for your sister. How old is she?
5.
Buy stuff for her sister. Now that's a good sister right there. Well, I don't know about you guys, but the energy in the room is different when everybody's talking about things that they would do. Chance, what would you do? I know you already have $2,500. Travel with the baseball team. Chance just wants to travel. He'll go anywhere. Has bag packed, will go. That's what his tag should say. Can you go turn that beeper off? So, if we said that we were going to make $2,500 a month, now let's just have fun and say that it goes to $25,000 a month. How would that change things? Because really, you guys, it's no extra effort. It's just one more zero. Like in a traditional business, you trade hours for time. I was reading this book this week. Every year, I reread The 1 Minute Millionaire. I love that book because did you know that every 6 minutes, there is a new millionaire in America? Every 6 minutes, a new one. I thought it was 6 seconds. I've been telling the story for years. 6 seconds, I've been counting. That must have been an 8-second thing in my mind. I don't know, but I reread it. It's 6 minutes. Still, that's pretty quick, right? Like, while we're here tonight, 10 people in America will become millionaires tonight, within the hour. So why not us? And you know what it says? All of them just have leverage. They have an idea, they have a product, they have a business, they have a concept, and they don't do it all on their own. Like J. Paul Getty says, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. But you know what? Most people teach their kids 100%, 100%, 100%. That's why all my brothers and sisters are still at work right now. And at 2 in the morning, my brother will still be at the body shop because that's how he makes money. And you know what? If you love what you do, you're never going to work a day in your life, so it's not really a big deal. I loved cutting hair. Don't get me wrong. I loved teaching dance. I would have done that for free. I actually did do that for free for most. But the problem was when you're leaving your kids and you're sacrificing time, you got to think about what's the most important commodity we have here. The only thing we have that we're never going to get any more of is time. So I'm never going to be the age I am right now again, right? So if I want to just trade my time and just, whatever in the wind, then next year I can't get this year back, right? So I can work and work and work and work, but how many people are this much better off this year than they were last year? Some people are worse off this year. So all this is a simple concept that if you can just dream a little bit, you can make $2,500 a month or you can make $25,000 a month. I did that when I was all of y'all's age. And it's never been less in 21 years, ever. I can't even imagine that. We've given away that much per month. A lot of months. And so what you think about is people go to school and they get a career and they say, you're going to make $25,000 a year. That's what most people in Russell make. Most. $2,500 a month says you can live in a house that's about $500 to $700. You can have total car payments that's about $500 to $700. Okay, half your money's gone now. Now you have $1,200 left to get all your groceries, pay all your utilities, pay for daycare, pay for insurance, and you're out of money. So now what do? People live on credit cards. People literally live on credit cards and get debt just to survive because they can't live on $25,000 a year. You just can't do it. Most people can't. And people go, $25,000 a year? People live on that? Yes. Almost everybody around here. And so all I want to do is show you guys a way to increase your income so you can do all these things. Because what most people do, they shrink all these dreams down to fit in this income because that's what they're taught. Play it safe. Don't take any risks. Work a 9 to 5 the rest of your life. Climb up the corporate ladder. I mean, I'm not dogging that because some of you, if you love that, do it. It's just not for me. I found a way that I could work smarter instead of having to work harder and harder and harder. Even my daughter that's 21, I'm like, if you're going to go to school and you don't want to go out and do meetings and do this, find something that you can do to leverage your time. I mean, she started a little business because there's no way she can go out and do meetings and do what we're doing. She has a great income coming in from this. She has friends that use the makeup. She has friends that love the Go Foods. She makes over $1,000 a month part-time doing this, but she's not going to go out and make $25,000 a month when she's a full-time college student and she's dancing, and she has practice every night of the week. So be realistic. If you're going to spend 2 hours a week doing this, you're not going to make $25,000 a month. But if you're going to spend 2 hours a day doing it, you probably could. Because I know a lot of people that consistently spend 2 hours a day that make that kind of money. So I'm going to show you how to make the money and a little bit about the company. Because it doesn't matter how great the money is. If the company's not solid and going to be around, you really don't have anything. Because you could put all your time and effort into this, and it's here today and gone tomorrow. And I know that from experience, because I did that with a company once, and it wasn't very fun. We had great money coming in, and all of a sudden, someone at corporate made a poor decision, and then we didn't. And so what did Dave and I do? We made millions of dollars. We started our own company, because we knew if the buck stops here, we would do anything to keep that company going. And that company flourished. It was right here in Little Old Russell, Kansas. The brand was Lavinity. And we did over $1 million in sales our first quarter of that business. We had no idea how it was happening. It was just happening. And guess what we did to show the plan? We showed a video. And guess how many people I personally enrolled to get 2,500 people in 90 days? I personally enrolled 26 people. And those 26 people weren't the first ones that I built my business with, because we had a non-compete when we started that company, and it was all brand new people. So how many of you here would go find 26 people, show them a video, enroll them, give them a stack of stuff to go show to people, or this recording, or the website, if you knew that you could have $1 million in volume in your organization? Everybody would. Do you know the difference in me and a whole lot of other people? I believed I was going to have $1 million in volume. I had to. I could not fail. And so my commitment level, I would sit right at that table. Every day I would be like, who can I reach out to? Who can I help? I was doing 3-way calls. I was telling everybody what I was doing, and I was helping them tell everybody they knew what they were doing. And in 90 days, our company was at the $1 million level. So tonight, I'm going to tell you guys, you can leave here tonight, and you can do what I've done, and it'll work for you if you work it, or you can poke it with a stick, and you'll make a little bit, or you can do nothing, and you might still make a little bit if the person above you is excited, because there's a lot of things that can happen. This was Dave, and it was 1996. I'm just going to draw out a scenario. Same thing happening for a lot of people today. I like this because it's a true story, and I know that what I did back then when nobody knew what nutrition was and nobody understood what network marketing was, it was so hard for me in 1996. Today, everybody's getting in direct sales. Everyone's shopping at GNC, and network marketing is not on trial. There are a lot of millionaires, $100 million earners in this company alone, and it's just getting started. So this was Dave, and someone told him, go out and find 4 people, you'll make your money back. So Dave did. He enrolled 3 people the first month, and believe it or not, it turned into 12 people. Dave didn't get 12, Dave got 3. Do you guys understand that? Okay, so those 3 all had the same goal. They wanted to go out, get 4 people, get their money back. Dave didn't even get his 4 in the first month. In fact, we invited 40 people to a room like this at our house, and nobody showed up. And I was telling Dave, this is not going to work. Nobody's going to get in. We should get our money back. And Dave's like, you should really listen to the training, because I think your way is the wrong way. Like, you should probably listen to the training. And I was, juggling babies and Lana. I said, I don't have time to sit around and listen to stupid tapes. And Dave said, then we're going to be broke the rest of our life, because that's what it says on the tapes. So eventually, I listened to the tapes, and I started to think maybe he wasn't quite so stupid. Because in the beginning, I was like, I can't believe he spent money and did this. And as I listened to the tapes, I found some people a lot like me that I could relate to. So then I started calling friends, and the next month we sponsored 5. 1 went there, and instead of just keeping on putting everybody on our front line, we put some people under some of our other friends. So everybody else had some people under them, and 5 turned into 59 people. Now I'm going to tell you guys how this worked. This was Chris. She was the nail artist at my salon. She worked for me and did all the nails because I was so busy doing hair. This was Dave's mom. Her name's Cindy. The only reason she was there is because she paid for him and her to be in. And in 1996, it was $1,000 to join. Don't freak out. This is not $1,000. But in 1996, it was. 21 years ago, Dave spent $1,000 to get in something, and we didn't even have money for formula. So when people tell me, well, I just really don't have the money, I just want to go, really? Because I didn't have the money. The difference is, what was going to change for me? Nothing will change unless we change, right? So the next person that got in was Russ. He owned the lumber yard, and we owed him money because we did craft shows on the weekends. And so I go into Russ and I'm like, I know we can't pay our bill, but we will be able to because Dave got in this thing. And all of a sudden, Russ joins and he brings in 4 that day. Over the phone, you guys. Dave said, I'm going to go show Russ. And I knew Russ was just going to be so skeptical. And when Dave left, he had a video and nothing else. Now, Dave and his bull riding buddy that enrolled him, neither one talk. I would finish all their sentences. They were so quiet and laid back. So I was imagining the meeting was going to go, like, that's about as loud as Dave would get. So he pushed play on the video, and at the end of it, he goes, what do you guys think? Dave just didn't talk, and they all just said, we're in. And then Dave goes, you think together we can get 4 people? And Russ goes, yep. And he walked in the kitchen, and he called his friends, and he goes, listen, my buddy's here. We're in on the ground floor of this deal. There's no one in this area in. He's already made $900. He has friends that are making $40,000 a month, and I'm doing it. You want in? And they all said yes. And Dave came back, and he walked in the door. Now, when he left, I prayed for him. I'll tell you, because I felt sorry for him. And when he came back, I thought it was a miracle because he had 5 applications. People joined at $1,000 a pop. And you know how Dave was so successful? He knew nothing. He believed it was going to work, and he used a video, and everybody got in, and everybody could leave and go show the video. There was no explaining to do. You watch the video, you go, what do you think? Is that exciting? Yes. Do you think together we could get 4 people? Yes. So the next thing you know, I go back to my old sponsor from the company we had made no money in, and I told Jeff, you should get in, and I told 5 other people, you should get in. And they watched the video. So we did not put everybody on our front line. We helped Chris. We gave 1 to Cindy. Russ already had 4, so we gave a couple to Jeff. And those 5 that were our friends, I got paid for enrolling them, right? But all of these people are now making residual income. They don't even know them. They're my friends. Does that make sense? So when I enroll someone, the company pays me commissions because they got a product pack. Understand that? They get, in this company, $630 worth of products for $500. There's other ways to join. I never promote them because I want people to make money. If you want to be a customer, be a customer. But if you want to make money, you need to be what they call a CEO. Everybody that joined our team got in at the highest level because they wanted to make money and we wanted to make money, right? So the next thing you know, 5 turns into 59. Now I'm getting excited because the check finally came. There was no internet. It was fax machines. It took 60 days to get the first check. We got a check for this for $899. Then the next month we got a check for about $2,100. And the next month, now I'm on fire. Now I'm like, Dave, you're not so stupid. You're a genius. Oh my gosh, we can buy baby formula. We can buy diapers. We can keep the KPL, bill paid. And we didn't have our gas turned off. Like, I was thinking, if we can make $2,100 a month, what happened if we just did this, all the time? So the next month we only enrolled 4, and it turned into 259. So we still were working with these top people. That's why you want to get key people on your front line. And you can put as many people as you want on your front line, but I'm telling you, the sooner you help everybody get 3 or 4 under them, the more solid your business is going to be. So you want to get at least 3 or 4 that get at least 3 or 4, because then you get a free car. Okay? 3 or 4 that get 3 or 4 because then you get a free car. Don't be too worried about how the whole thing works. Just continue to enroll people. When we enrolled these next 4, we just divided them up. We sponsored them, so we got that $125 per person. Every time you enroll someone, you're the one that did the work, you get the $125. But you can place them wherever you want. Does that make sense? When you have 3 and each get 3, this company calls you an SEMD. And I want to show you how fast this happens. Now, this month, when we had 259 people, how many had we enrolled? 3 plus 5 plus 4 is how many? 12. And when you have 12 people, and in your top 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, if everybody just got 4, there'd be 4, then 16, then 64, right? Just in your top 3 levels, if you have 5,400 in volume and you've brought in 12 people, you're going to have 5,400 in volume total. Everybody's orders added together. You're going to have a free car bonus. So who would want their car payment taken away? Or who would actually want a car payment that they could make and get a decent car? Like, I had a minivan with a muffler off of it, and I would just dream of being able to pull down 7th Street and not wake up everybody on the street. because it was so loud. It was one of those Lumina vans that looked like a spaceship. You don't remember that, Gabby, because you were.
I actually do. I remember those.
You do? The
Yeah.
Aerostar
Yeah.
Lumina?
Yeah.
I had a burgundy one. Man, it was hot. But not near as hot as a Q45 Infinity with a big gold watch in the dash of it. And oh my God, you guys, the smell of that leather and just knowing that I had a $65,000 car in 1996 that I would never have to make a car payment on, that was more than our house would have cost if we bought it. And it was all free. So you can get up to $1,000 a month in a free car payment. Just get 12 friends involved and help all of them people get 3 or 4 people. Whether they get them on their own or you place them there, get to SEMD. That means 3 that have 3, and then they increase your check by $100 per person joining. So now you don't just make $125 when you enroll people. If I enrolled 12 people and I was getting paid $125, that's about $3 grand, right? Just from sponsoring people. But if I help 3 get 3 and I go do the same thing, it's about $6 grand. So wouldn't you want to double your pay? When you become an SEMD, they're going to add $100 every time a new person joins your group in a new leg. So let's say I hit SEMD. I have these 3 that had 3, and then I go over here and get Jeff, and Jeff tells a friend that tells a friend, and it starts to grow. Actually, on the 4th month of our business, we had 402 people in our downline. 402. Our residual was about $4,000 a month. That was just 10% of all the orders. There was no coding bonus like I'm showing because the first company I was in never had this SEMD option. But I'll tell you, if it did, what's the difference in 59 to 259? How many people joined that month? 200. So if 200 new people came in the program, and I didn't even know these 200 people because I only got 4 that month, right? But if 200 people joined, and I was coded to $100 per new person joining, how much money is that? 20 grand in just one bonus. 20 grand in one bonus. Yesterday, Chance was on me. He landed at 7:15. It was Dave's birthday. He walked in the front door, and he goes, "We have a call in 15 minutes. My mom was here. Cindy was here. My mom goes, "You have a call tonight?" I said, "Yes." He wants 20 people by the time we get off the cruise. Because all Chance is thinking about is, if you want to make $6,000 a month, if you want to make $10,000 a month, whatever it is, take that times this. How many people are you going to help? He had people on the phone from everywhere saying, "I got to help them get their 4. I sponsored my friend Zach. He's going to get his 4. I sponsored a girl named Lexi. She's going to get her 4. The other Zach's on there. He's going to get his 4. Oh, I got this guy out in California. He's got to get his 4. And every time Chance is helping them get their 4, and they're making $500 a week or whatever for getting their 4, he's thinking, my goal is all going to be based on how many people I help. Now, once you get to the next level above SEMD, that jumps again, and it jumps again. So it's not just you enrolling people. It's you helping the people you sponsor. Because that coding bonus right there, you guys, we had a month. I'm not kidding you. We had a month where we had 500 people join in a month. 500 people join in a month. One bonus at $50,000. What would you guys do with that? Like, we did crazy things. We did anonymous things. We did not anonymous things. We did crazy things. And it wasn't the first month that we got that kind of money. The first month we got that kind of money, we had to pay all the people that we owed. And the second month, and the third month, and actually for years, we had to pay off all the people that we owed money. But then all of a sudden, it's fun money. And I'm telling you, there's a mentor of mine, Jim Rohn, he said, don't worry about how to make $50,000 a month, worry about how to give $50,000 away. Because when you're not worried about money, and you can do things that have a positive impact on other people's lives, just take a little bit of their stress away, it's an amazing feeling. And I know that some of you are like, I'll be my own favorite charity first, because you got your own things to take care of. But just think, if money were no object, what you would do. What it would be like to just go put $1 grand in someone's mailbox tonight that you know is absolutely struggling. Or just drop off $500 worth of groceries on someone's porch that just lost their job. Or to just know that somebody hasn't seen their family for years and just buy plane tickets and stick them in their mailbox. Like, it's an awesome feeling, you guys. It's not about the money. Money's not a bad thing. Some people think it is. It's not about the money. It's the options that you have when you have plenty of money. And the money only happens when you have great products. Because if you don't have great products, all of these people in your group don't keep ordering. I'm not excited about a one-time hit because I sell somebody something. I used to cut hair. And if I did a great haircut, they would come back. But you know what? I had to do another haircut to get paid, right? So it's one thing to have a great product, but it's another thing to have a residual income where that great product keeps getting repurchased, and you just keep getting these checks over and over and over again, and you don't have to go out and find people anymore because all of the people in your network are all on the products. So in Lavinity, the company that we owned, we had great products. And when we met Dr. Wallach, we found out that we could have even greater products in addition to the ones that we had. So Dr. Wallach, who was the founder of the product line for longevity, when I was a little girl, he had a television show called Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And he and Marlon Perkin had about $30 million. Is it 30 million? Is that right? 20-some million. I don't want to stretch it here. To go into Africa and to find all these animals that were sick and to cure their diseases. So they did. And do you know how he did it? He found out what they were deficient in, and he gave the animal those minerals, and the animals all got well. 900 cures for disease. So he wrote a big book. And he came back to the United States, and he was a veterinarian, and he thought, if I become a doctor, the whole world will listen to me. I'll cure the whole world. But actually, the medical field wasn't that excited about it. He got death threats. They shunned him. They told him to leave the country because there's really too much money in chemotherapy. There's too much money in all of the pharmaceutical. And I'm not bashing pharmaceutical companies because when I've been sick before and needed a pharmacy, there are times when you need a pharmacy, right? But if you have pain, it's not because your body's deficient of Tylenol. There are a lot of people right now hooked on Lortab because they have pain. Really what they need is something that can help them heal their body, right? Get their quality of life back. That's what we had. That's what we had when we started our company. We had a way that people could get their quality of life back. And when I met Dr. Wallach and saw all the research and everything that he had done, Dave and I knew that this was the perfect fit for us. I have made so much money. I have been on so many trips. I've had all these nice things. I've been in this house before with a lot of money and been really depressed. I'll be honest with you, because money does not make you happy. You have to have this passion in you that every day you wake up and go, I love my life. I love what I do. I can't wait to go do it. You can't just have tons of money. So when we created this mission with Dr. Wallach, we brought Lavinity and longevity and formed this strategic alliance. We said, this is going to be the biggest thing that we've ever done. And it was. And it is the biggest thing that we've ever done. We have more people making more money than anything we've ever done in our lifetime. But I was pretty comfortable. And last July, Chance was playing football at K-State. And he went with me to Baltimore, Maryland. I had pulmonary lung disease. I had been diagnosed in January. And they said about 3 to 4 years to live. Well, I thought, there's no way because I'm not sick. There's no way that I could have some disease that they don't have a cure for, right? So I called Dr. Wallach, and Dr. Wallach said, don't listen to him. They were saying, we'll just keep you comfortable. I had a little breathing machine set up in there, and I would try to talk on the phone to my kids. They were in college, and I couldn't get through a sentence without coughing. I would try to go watch Callie at basketball games last January. This time, January 19th was the day Dave said, you have got to go to the hospital, because I couldn't get from the car in this cold air into the Salina Gymnasium without just bending over, gasping for air. And if I tried to cheer for the team or even talk to him during the game, I would cough until I literally would wet my pants. It was uncontrollable, not enough air in there. I would just be coughing. So Dr. Wallach said, if you can find the raw material, then you can give that to your body. Your body can heal itself. And he said, we don't cure anything, but you just need to give your body what it needs. And so he said, I want you to take this many EFAs, and I want to use Raven Sarah's. I said, Raven Sarah, what? He goes, it's an essential oil. Ancient legacies. 100 years ago, what did they take? Frankincense. Well, 2,000 years ago. Frankincense, myrrh, gold. Think about that. It wasn't Tylenol, Johnson & Johnson. I mean, there was no Benadryl, right? All they had was these ancient essential oils. And you guys, in 90 days, my lungs, at the specialist, they said, they're all healed up. It must have been a misdiagnosis. And it wasn't a misdiagnosis. It wasn't like a miracle, although it was. It was just me getting the right things in my body so it could heal itself. So Chance said, if my mom's going to die in 4 years, I'm not sure I want to be the star of the football team. And he had come home and just, was trying to find his way and what his dream really was. I mean, that'll really give you kind of a what's most important in my life feeling. And Chance said, you know what? I've been sitting in the basement trying to figure out what to do. I'm going to go with you to Baltimore. And I was like, okay. It's a meeting. It's a longevity meeting. But he really liked Andre. So we went there, we went to this huge mansion, tennis courts in the back, basketball goals, big old Olympic-sized swimming pool. I mean, it was like something you would see on Cribs. And this guy does network marketing. He's the same pin level as we are. We just live we live way under our means and a much more humble lifestyle here in Russell, Kansas. But Chance was like, man, this is awesome. I love this guy. And then we're in the limo. And I said, yeah, this guy over here, he's the healthy body coach for the company. His name's Sanjeev Javia. He does all the product training. Chance was like, cool, where are you from? He's like, Arizona. Oh, Arizona, where'd you go to school at? Michigan State. He's like, yeah, I played football at Michigan. Or Michigan, not Michigan State. And Chance goes, really, you play football at Michigan? And Chance is a diehard Patriots fan. And I knew I had lost him when he said, yeah, Tom Brady was my roommate. Do you like Tom Brady? And Chance was not the same the rest of the trip. We were sitting in the meeting, and Chance was like, listen to him. He was listening to Sanjeev, and he goes, 90 for life, 90 essential nutrients. Everybody should do this. And I'm like, yeah, they all should. And he's like, why isn't this going viral? And I said, well, I don't know how to make it go viral. And he's like, all the young kids would love this, all the athletes, all the football players. Like, everybody needs this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, like he was like a crazy man. Like, all of a sudden, this kid who's been around this his whole life for 20 years, and he always would be like, I know, Mom, I'm taking your stuff. I'm taking your stuff. You know they just get tired of hearing you just hard. Now, pain gel, he could never live without pain gel because he was either catching or pitching or wrestling or playing football. I mean, he constantly had to have pain gel. And wrestling, he always used our energy drinks. But I never imagined him building a big business. And you guys, when we got home from there, Chance just went crazy with this. And, I mean, he makes me tired right now. I was pretty comfortable, making a great living, had great checks, had a great lifestyle, but I would chill during the day. I would chill a little bit on weekends. No, he is on a mission that we have to be, number one, we have to be bringing in more people than anyone else, this Generation Y movement with all these younger people. And now, all of a sudden, those younger people, Chance said if it's longevity, it should be some young people making millions, right? Not just all you older people. And so it's exciting for me to see that almost everybody in the room is half my age, and I could be your moms. But you know, the thing about it is, I'm so glad someone told me about this when I was 21, 22 years old. Dave and I were actually 23 and 24 when we started getting these checks. And it's never been less, ever. It's never been less than $4,000 a month since we got started. And if you want to add a zero on that, it was $40,000 a month before we were in our late 20s. And it was $47,000 a month when I was 30 years old. So how many of you guys would like to make $47,000 a month at the age of 30? You know what I did? I worked my butt off. And I don't want to tell people that this is some get-rich-quick scheme that's just going to attack you. If you want $45,000 a month, you better be humping it up. You better be on the phone. You better be getting people on the webinars. You better be getting people to watch the videos. Because the way you get that going and that momentum happening and you make that kind of money, you turn 59 into 259 because everybody's doing the same thing. So you don't have to go out and get hundreds of people. You can get 12. But if you're going to get 12, help your 12. Don't just get 12, help your 12. And don't stop helping your 12 until they get where they want to be. Because you can either do this the hard way or you can do it the simple way. And that's why we teach people the system. On our website, pmglaccess.com, it teaches you how to invite. It's called Your First Night in Longevity. If you want to invite your own way, invite your own way. But you'll get better results if you do what we did because we learned everything that didn't work. And then we told people, don't do this because it didn't work, right? Now, with the younger people, you guys have Twitter, all the social media, all the Instagram. It's a lot easier for the younger people because of the way that they communicate. But the bottom line is, you want to make a lot of money? Tell a lot of people. You want to make a few $100 extra? Just tell a few people. And if you just want to use great products, use great products. Don't think that success is going to attack you if you just get in and sit there and then be like, oh, Barb and Chance got me into this. Oh, Dick Bolt, he brought me to this meeting. And, you know, you have to do something. I always tell people, I will outwork you, but you got to meet me at a little bit of a level of expectancy, right? Like if I tell someone, okay, you're in, go listen to the 8 steps, write down your dreams and goals, and let's talk about them. And the next time I talk to them, yeah, I'm going to have really time to listen to the training. Then we don't have anything to talk about, okay? Because if I went to learn how to cut hair and I didn't show up to learn how to do the haircut, and then Gabby came to get her haircut, it'd be a disaster, wouldn't it? It would be a disaster. Like, she wouldn't want me. Yeah, look, he's bald. Yeah, he's like, this is what it would look like. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is I will teach you and mentor you and help anybody that wants to be a part of this program. I'm just not going to babysit people. It is so good. The products are life-changing. When you join, you get 630 in products. It costs you $500. You get a couple of these. You get tons of energy drinks, weight loss products, the pain cream. You get some chocolates. I mean, you get all kinds of stuff that you can try. My kids love the Go Foods. Have you guys tried the foods? We've had it like 3 times this week. Like, everybody loves. Yesterday we had pancakes. The night before we had that taco or the tortilla, Mexican tortilla soup. Put chicken in it. Like, everything that they have that I have tasted is really good. We drink the coffee every single day. I have the makeup on right now. I use the shampoo. I have the jewelry. I did my Christmas cards. I haven't sent them yet, but I did them on the Longevity website. For graduation gifts, I just made a memory book for a kid that graduated. That was my monthly order. There's so many products, you guys. You're never going to get through all the products. If you tried a new product every month, you would never be able to try all the products that are in the catalog, but these are the most important. This is the Healthy Start Pack that I was on when I got better with my lung challenges. These EFAs, it's a natural steroid, decreases all swelling in your body. If you take this, it's good fats, so it burns all the bad fats, actually helps you lose weight. But these are the little capsules that I took to help my lungs get better, because that way I didn't have to be on a steroid, I didn't have to be on prednisone. The more of it you take, the less swelling and inflammation, the better you're going to feel. And then in your kit, you're also going to get the Tangy Tangerine. And that's the one product that Dr. Wallach found that has all the 90 essential nutrients in it. So if you take this, it has the 90 in it, the 90 minerals that he found, that if they had all these minerals, disease couldn't grow. So I just take this every day just because. There are a lot of claims out there, and I'm not going to make any. We don't make any claims, but there's some scientific research. If you go online and you Google Clemson University, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, go look it up, because they administered the products to cancer cells. And I'm not going to make any claims because it wasn't me that did it. But when I read an article that says that it killed 65% of cancer cells, I'm drinking that stuff every single day. It's $48 a month. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than years of my life gone or having to go through a lot of medical treatment. And this other product, the OsteoFX, has glucosamine in it. All football players are loving this. Hayden's playing baseball at Dodge City. Everybody I know has pain, right? We all have aches and pains. I was in a car accident, and this is the one product that I would take every night before I went to bed, so I didn't have back pain, neck pain. It just made a huge difference for me. So I tell everybody about the Healthy Start Pack, and the great thing about it is if you bring 3 people in each month, any month that you bring in 3, this is free. So you don't even have an auto ship charge on your credit card. So every month that you get 3, this is free. And that keeps you bonus qualified. When people say, how much does it cost? Well, you want to set up your auto ship. His monthly expenses were always about $150 a month. Set up your auto ship to be about $150 of whatever you would use. And that way you know that you're bonus qualified. If you sponsor 3, you're not going to get charged for it. But always make the Healthy Start Pack your auto ship that you start with. So if all these people are ordering, you're going to get a check at the end of the month of a residual check, about 10% of everybody's $150. And if all these people are sponsoring people, you're going to get a coding bonus. As soon as you have 3 that have 3, you're going to get $100 for everybody new that came in your group. And if you yourself are enrolling people every week, you get these fast start checks. And that's how the coding bonus comes too. So weekly checks for whoever you enroll or whoever your downline's enrolling. Monthly checks for what everybody orders on a monthly basis. And then car bonus checks once you have 12 people enrolled and 5,400 in volume. Does that make sense? So with that said, who's ready to get started making money? Yeah. The company is Longevity. You can Google it. It's publicly traded. They grew from 30 million to 130 million just since we've been involved. They're debt-free, definitely not on trial. And you can Google Dr. Wallach. You'll be watching YouTube videos for 9 weeks because he's all over. He's on television, nominated for a Nobel Prize. He's fought the FDA and won like 7 or 8 times. I mean, he is just a legend when it comes to health and nutrition. So I'll stick around and answer any questions that you guys might have, but I would say get the CEO Mega Pack. Worst case scenario, you hate the whole thing, there's a 100% money back guarantee in the first 30 days. Best case scenario, go do what we did. And a realistic scenario, let's just say, have you guys ever heard, would you rather have $1 million or a penny that doubled every day? Anybody heard that before? So if you just had one that got one, and at the end of January you had 2 people, and in February you got a new person, and your other 2 each got one, by March 1st you'd have 6, right? Let's say in March you just teach everybody, just get one. How many would you have in April? 12. So by May, if everybody just gets one and you continue to get one, you'd have 24 people, wouldn't you? So let's say by May you have $240 a month residual coming in. Not the fast starts, not the coding, just a residual check. Anybody ever buy real estate? Anybody ever play Monopoly? The goal is to have the most real estate, right? Or the most money. So if you had $240 a month residual income coming in, how much money would you have to have in the bank to get that in residual? Couple $100,000. So who can save $200,000 by May? But who could get one a month and have the same residual income as somebody that saved $200,000 in the bank? It's just a way to leverage your time, you guys. It's a way to leverage your income. And that 240 will be 500 then by June. And that 500, if everybody just got one, and people get a lot more than one, but by July, 500 would be 1,000. Then you have 1,000 a month coming in, residual income. But then what happens in August is $2,000. And in September, it's 4. And then in October, it's 8. And I'm not very good at math, but I'll tell you guys, by next Christmas, there's no reason why everybody in this room can't be making $10,000 a month. But the key is consistently getting one new person and helping that one new person every single month. So I'll stick around and answer your guys' questions, but it's really simple. You go to my90forlife.com and you put in the address or the email address or the name of the person that got you to watch this. Everybody is enrolled by the person who brought them to see this video. So you'll go to my90forlife.com. If I was the one that sent you there, you would put in barb@lavinity.com. If Gabby was the one that sent you there, you would put in Gabby's first and last name or her email. If it was Chance that sent you, if it was Dick, whoever sent you there, you would put in their email or their ID number, and you click join. And then once you click join, you click on the CEO Mega Pack. So if you're watching this recording, you want to choose the $4.99 CEO Mega Pack and make sure that you put in the name of the person that invited you to see this program. So once you're in, you're going to get your products. It takes about 2 days to get your products. And our goal is going to be to help all of you get 4 people right away. Do you feel like with my help we could get you 4 people? Do you think if you had somebody watch this recording that you could get 4 people? Yeah. So it's as simple as that. Once your friends go and enroll, we're going to help them get 4 people. And as long as everybody's getting 4 people and making their $500 back, what's going to happen? It's going to be like a snowball rolling down a hill. You're not going to be able to stop it. And you're going to be on a cruise, hanging out with your wife, and go home and have money in your bank, right? Or if you're not on direct deposit, it's mailbox money, money in the mailbox. But the bottom line is, you guys, if we don't help everybody, help them join, get the CEO Mega Pack, get plugged into the training, and everybody's getting 4, then the snowball stops. And that's not what we want to happen. We want to see everybody having success, and as long as everybody's having success, nobody will quit. So tell everybody you know what you're doing. Make a really big list. Our assignment tonight would be make a list of everybody that you know and don't prejudge them. And people go, oh, I don't know anybody. Well, then give me your phone, because there's hundreds of contacts on there. Go to your Facebook page. Don't Facebook everybody to get in. Nobody gets in off a Facebook message. You have to pick up the phone and call them and say, you won't believe what I just saw. And I don't even know how it works. Like, you can't explain this. What are you going to do to show them this? You're going to show them a video. Because if you try to explain it, you're going to get shot down. Because you don't know what you're talking about, right? Push play on the video and ask your friends what excites you most about what you just saw. And then all you have to do is get myself or one of the leaders in the room on the 3-way call, and we'll do all the work for you. But you have to be, plugged into that system. So with that said, I know you younger people are like, I'll just tweet about it, I'll just Instagram about it. You do that. I don't know how to do that, but you'll pass me and make more money than I am. And there are a lot of people in the room that are SCMDs and above, so I'm going to let them tell you a little bit about what's happened for them and what advice they might give you. So anybody that's an SCMD, come on up. Don't be shy, not everybody at once. Make sure they can see you. Whoops. need the password. I'm sure it's still going.
Alright, so yeah, like she said, I've watched them basically do this my whole life,
It's good over here.
and once I got enough time, I wasn't playing sports. I kind of saw, wow, we could make a living in this, live this lifestyle. And actually, this kid right here was the first kid that caught my vision with me, and he's been here since the beginning. We've had a great time doing this. We've had a lot of success. We've met a lot of great people. We've grew a lot as people. But yeah, this thing is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough to get started with this in the beginning with Chance and Barb, and their training's legit, and the people you meet, it's a lot of fun to experience all this and make money and help people. And that, like Barb said, all you have is time, and you're not going to get more of it, so use it wisely. This is where it's at.
Well, I don't know what to say about it. We're the older group here. You know, it's
I'm in your circle.
it's like it's for everybody. I mean, we have the young kids here, we have older people. There's not really an excuse for anybody that can't do it because it works for everybody. I mean, we're using the products because they help us with our age, and now you guys help you.
It beats the heck out of putting windshields in. You can have your own business and you're working for yourself, and it takes a lot of time to make good money. And being around the young kids is great. You're around a lot of like-minded people, and like Barb says, just get with your upline, do freeways, and sponsor people and make some good money.
We were just talking on the way down here. It's something, our kids are out of the house, and it's something we can go do together and, share that time together instead of just, sitting watching TV. I mean, we're actually out making money and enjoying it, together and making friends. And
Retired, so we can go play with the grandkids.
Well, thank you guys for sharing. And anybody that's watching the Ustream, just get with the person that got you online tonight, and they can help you get started. All of us are here to help you. We'll do three-way calls, meetings. Everybody's doing meetings all over the nation. So make a list of everybody you know, and let's start telling them what you're doing. Have a great night, everybody.